All right. Well, I'm Angie.
I'm Michelle.
And we're Blue Heavens. And we channel spirit, ancient divine spirits from two different councils of thought, Lazarus and Lucian. And they're here with us for this message today. They're always here with us. So we want to thank spirit and everything for this message today, because they use us. They use all of us for lessons. And today's lesson is super important. So today's episode is what the hell happened October 9th at the Outback. So we're going to talk about it because we didn't know. So we're all going to find out stuff today. So come on in, make yourselves comfortable, maybe get a notepad and a pen, because, this is going to apply to you. We're going to try to make you think about this in your way. How does this help you? How does this affect you? I see Destiny's here with, hey friends. Hello, Destiny. I'm going to send you some love. I feel like you need like a little powder coating of love. So I'm going to ask spirit.
Love and a big old hug.
Yeah. So let's send it to her. Let's do like a little group hug. Astrally, woo, woo, woo. You got this, girl. Like, you're strong. You've got all of it. Don't just love your way. Love your way.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So let's start this.
All right. Okay. So how do we want to? This is okay is here, and I'm just watching what the human.
Okay.
The human here is going to, my priestess.
Well, I guess I will start with the importance of watching our thoughts, because our thoughts are magnets for the scenario that we are thinking of, right? Mm-hmm. So I know a lot of us are depressed and we're stuck inside this illusion. And sometimes you're thinking, I want out. Right? So you keep sending this beacon out to the universe. I want out. I don't want to be here anymore. Come save me. Come help me. What happens, right? So this episode is what happens when that comes for you. Mm-hmm. Are you really ready to give up your life? Mm-hmm. Are you really ready for that? Let's think about that. We're going to talk about what our illusions are. How do we escape our illusions? How do we affirm the truth of what is going on so we can find solid footing and not send out that beacon to not be here, but instead have the faith and power and structure that we are here for an effing purpose. We know what that is and we're going for it. That's what today is about. It's going to have a little sadness in it, but it's also going to be met with some what the hell, right? Sprinkled with, I'm glad I'm still here.
Yeah, this is Michelle. And absolutely. I mean, so so spirit has, before we do any teaching, of course, we ask spirit, how is the best way we dictate, which way and they always make things happen where I can't meditate the day, usually I can meditate before. Today, they were insistent I did not meditate before this live because the message was, to show vulnerability. I'm trying to control this. Yeah. Again, thoughts, and I'm trying to control. I don't like nobody likes to be vulnerable, but so spirit has graciously told us through Lucian, through Lazarus, it's what they call it's a wonderful life syndrome. And they compare this to George Bailey, the thoughts. And everybody knows it's a wonderful, that's a 1946 Christmas fantasy drama about a man named George Bailey. And at the beginning, you just hear this beautiful angel, Clarence, like, oh God, like Lucaeus, you're like, there's Lucaeus, man, there's Lucaeus. Yeah. So Lucaeus, that's not very nice, but kind of true. Not very nice, but I get that.
You're more handsome.
I am. And oh my gosh, of course he's got, but he is a lot like it. But it's just about, it shows George Bailey. We follow George Bailey as a kid all the way up because the angel's got to catch up. This guardian angel has to find out what's going on with George and where did he come with these delusions. Well, like so many, as a kid, he wanted to travel. We want to travel the world, and things just, the little town he's from just kept him there. And you think evil town. And then before he just wants to go and just end it all or rethink things, we don't really know if he was ever going to jump. I like to think he was just thinking it over. We don't know because a lot of people say he was going to commit suicide. I think he was just there thinking it over. He didn't know. But the universe had to create a scenario for him to get Clarence there to show him in a very drastic measure things, which that doesn't typically happen. But if it does, I'm not okay, and please write that down if it has happened. I'm just saying on George Bailey, but he was shown what would have happened had he not existed, because he thought he didn't do anything. And he was in such an illusion of what he wanted. It didn't match what was happening. And he finds out if he hadn't existed, the lives that he had touched wouldn't have been touched, and it would have been a terrible place to be. And he comes back, he's more grateful than he ever was. And where his thoughts had took him. And if you really watch his illusions on here, look at it. He was around his mom and dad, they loved each other, and his dad was always helping. He idolized his dad. So of course, George Bailey's going to do stuff like his dad. He's going to do whatever he can for these people. He's going to help Uncle Billy, and he's going to help these people that, and Mary was taught like his wife. As a child, she knew she loved him. He did not, he knew he had to have known, but we'll just say for whatever's sake. But he would have seen his mom and dad happy. So he'd have brought that into the universe. He would have brought in helping people because of his family. But his illusions that were like, hi, Cleo. But his illusions were, he wasn't happy. He wasn't worthy. He wasn't where his friends were. He never went to college. He didn't do anything. I mean, his little brother goes and saves the world, whatever, and he doesn't do anything. You see Sam Wainwright, he's doing all this stuff, but look, little George Bailey's still in the town. People make fun of him.
Yeah.
But at the very end, he sees that he is very, very loved. People are appreciating him. They just didn't tell him. He just needed to hear how appreciated he was. Yeah. Because in the course, you forget these things. So, but that's why the guys are comparing it to It's a Wonderful Life. He had to see through another perspective what it would have looked like. And only the angel could do this. Our guardian angels can show you these things. You don't have to be so drastic. But my thoughts were similar. My thoughts were, I grew up, I idolized mom and dad, and I wanted to do what my dad did. He had a business. Well, he had two businesses, but one I wanted to be so much a part of. I wanted to go to school. I was planning it with my counselor. And if it wasn't going to work, I had said I was going to be an author, man. I was going to be an author. I was going to be a street jazz author. I had my name, Madeline Wolf. I was going to be my pen name.
Right.
Yeah. Don't know why, but it's going to be my pen name. And my best friend was going to kill me and make me whatever for money, which was weird. Missy when I was 17. Yeah. She said there would be a great pen name and great in newspapers when I'm dead.
Well, that's right.
But morbid.
Yeah.
So, but I had my own dream. I had like that. Well, I had a car wreck when I was 18. Couldn't drive worth a shit. I couldn't. I was 19. Couldn't drive. It was rain. Heard a song. Put my head down. There we go. Broke my leg. And as course would have it, 2 weeks later, I meet who's going to be my husband. Now he's my ex-husband now. But I met him, and my life, I thought at that moment, was gone. My blueprint for life, like George Bailey here, was push, like now I don't know what I'm going to do. Like George would have in his mind, I know what I'm going to do tomorrow, the next day, the next day after that. And that was me. Now that changed course. I met him, I got pregnant a month and a half later, and we got married 4 months later. And then I had to figure out how to be a wife and a mom, all by the age of 20. I had no clue. And I really didn't have support from either side of the family. But now mom and dad, our parents were just shocked. Our dads were turning 40. They didn't know how to be grandpas. They wasn't ready. And they were, when I say not supportive, it was how do we react? How do we be? It's is all new. And I get that, okay? When I say not supportive, it was just, I don't know how to be, and it's my choice. I made the choice. So it was like hard knock love to go ahead. And that. So it was hard knock love. You figure this out. So that's what was going on. 3 kids later, I'm seeing like Angie you went to college. I wanted to do that. I never got to go to college. But again, I made these choices. So I was always I'm too stupid because I didn't go to college, because you're my own stupid thoughts. Yeah. And then just through the course of I'm a horrible wife. So I'm the one that filed divorce, and I'm the one that carries that guilt. Even though we were both assholes to one another, we both played the victim. We both did, of course, but I'm the one that filed. So I'm carrying that extra. I feel the guilt, which I'm getting over this. All right. But leading up to October 9th, I'm a terrible person because, I fouled, but now I see he's remarried or he's getting married and my kids are going to be calling somebody else mom. And oh my God, what did I do? So here again in my head, I never went to college, so therefore I'm stupid. But I'm not looking at our business that we have. I feel all alone because there's nobody around, but we have spirit. We got Lazarus, we got Lucian. There's the universe, but yet I feel alone. There's my sister, but yet I feel all alone. And here in my head, again, that illusion, this illusion playing in my head of the blueprint I thought was me. My kids are terrible kids. Well, not terrible kids, but look, I could have had them so much more, but they're good kids. So what was I thinking this? So October 9th happened, and I'll just get to it. My thoughts were terrible. Angie knew a couple months ahead of time I kept saying, I just don't want to be here. But I was saying that all through the 30 years, mind you. I was saying all through the 30 years, and then all of a sudden it got worse and worse and worse. And then after the divorce was final in June, even though it was filed 2020, it didn't come until this year. Yeah. So there was all that time waiting for it to be final. Then it is final. Then it just was another mind screw. He gets remarried. There's like, he's going to get remarried. My thoughts were terrible. I was reality shifting to Atlantis with them. I didn't want to be here. And that was not them. That was me, because I thought it was better over there. But it was, they're teaching me illusions, but yet I wanted to stay more and more and more. And so I'm always saying to them, I don't want to leave you. I don't want to stay here. And I could hear Marcus say, don't say that. Don't say that. That's going to play on you. And I was telling you that I don't want to be here anymore. My kids were hearing it. I don't want to be here anymore. I was making comments all the time. I lay there. Not to go to the doctor because I say, hey, I don't even care anymore. Well, October 9th, the divine says, okay, we'll make it possible for you. This is what your thought in this. But there's a lot of preceding thoughts. I'm not worthy. I'm not loved. I'm alone. Why am I here? All the things of the illusions of George Bailey. He just didn't see what he had. I didn't see what I had. I didn't see it. I was so focused on what I didn't have. My illusions, my mind would start with. It would just keep on going because I was trying to control the situation, not give it to spirit. I give it to spirit. I was trying to take it to myself. So October 9th, I'm just sitting with everybody. And I was actually in a good mood. I don't remember. I was in a good mood. I felt good. I was on a fast. I was excited. It was Laura's birthday. Dinner we were celebrating, and I was excited for it. Laura was looking forward to this, and our families were looking forward to this. The better day I was getting on with Dave, it was like cool. Today's a great day. Girls were, it was great listening to having the family, and then all of a sudden it was after dinner, and I looked at Dave and I said, I don't feel right. Something don't feel good. I said, I feel like I'm passing out while I'm sitting, and I said, something's wrong, and that's all I remember. I don't remember anything from that point. So while I'm here, so obviously here I am, but they all see me, just the light leave. I ran for it. So what everybody was seeing for the time until I came back was Benjamin who came, because I didn't see what I had. I was just too busy just to get the hell out. And I came back, when I came back, I seen how it affected everybody. Dave still treats me, the boots I had on, Dave calls them my death boots. I cannot wear these boots. I paid a lot of money. He won't let me wear them. And it's affected everybody. It's affected over here. It's affected my parents. So I'm seeing the effects that it did do. And nobody and says, well, technically you did. We all seen you leave. Mom and dad won't. Would be hard to say. Yeah. So what I'm seeing it from here, George Bailey's family never had to experience that part. Because what happened, but what I saw, what would have been one had I not been here, and it was it was not the same. And then I seen what would have happened, but they showed me the very end. They showed me the very end of this life, and I seen all the happiness, and I was like, oh my God, this can't be the same Michelle because I'm happy, and it was just weird. And they said, this is this current when you just left. And I had my guides, they called themselves the Super 7 light beings, and they said, this is, since they call me like a flight risk, Marcus called it like a flight risk. He said, I would combine with him because he was already here. All of them are here, but I'm combined with Loki and I'm combined with him. And they call this in Indian cultures 2 souls, which was 1 whole male, 1 whole feminine. And that was just, and I didn't realize that's what all of this was, is all of that. We find out another little fact, but because of that, it's different. I feel it's always destined to happen, but my thoughts led me in a dangerous place. But I was lucky because we saw Cosmo's sister, and she was angry because she always wanted to be back. And some other family members of his, but one being his sister. And we are helping her now. But spirits, you talk to them, are little, like, it's just your thoughts when you see it, and it can be, and you're here, and we're hearing people say this stuff. My kids say this stuff. Your thoughts will make it happen if you're persistent. If you daydream a lot, it can make it happen. Now, that's what me and Angie would like to talk about, are the things that have improved. I'm not that person anymore. As George, I seen light. I was loved. Angie had to be hard loved with me, and she's had to do some hard things to get knocking my head. Sometimes that's what you got to do, knock on somebody, wake them up. She had to wake me up, and it was hard truth. My kids have been waking me up like, hey, come on, don't think. And I am doing every day. I'm changing my thoughts. This is such an important subject. We don't want anybody else. We don't want to have you in your thoughts, because one little thought can just spiral you down in your cave. And that's what mine did. They took me right back down, reminding me of all the terrible things. But if I have one good thought, see, I can spiral it back to where I want it to go. And that's what we and Angie do want to address, why this is so important. So from my perspective, that is what happened. I don't remember anything after that. And and when I was there in the light, I seen a beautiful light. The Super 7 was there and showed me the end, and said I could come back. But, if you don't finish it, you're going to have to do like 3 other lives to make up the karma. And I'm like, no, I'd rather not do it. So Marcus stood up, of course. Now, whether this was always planned, Dustin, I don't know. That's what they know. It's not up to us to know. I just know, I don't know what happened when I was gone. I just know Benjamin. I don't know, from this point of view. I just know that what I saw was so beautiful, and what you are here to do, and you are to learn what I saw. So many of you just don't see what you just don't see it. And when you take off all of this illusion, all this, because this is all you're perceived from a child, you feel separate. But when I seen past the illusion, I lived this life without the illusion. It was like so easy, but it's boring. Why would you be here if you get rid of the illusions? The illusions help you learn. I know that sounds, even coming from just coming back, but I can tell you it was very, very boring. Even Angie was saying, I remember we just had this conversation, no illusions. We were both in this, in there, and you were both just like, there's no challenge. So illusions help you learn, make you grow, strengthens you, challenges you, changes your thoughts and how you do things. But I will hush on my end and that, but that's my take on this part, I guess.
Yeah, that's perfect. You did very good. I know that was hard for you.
Yeah.
On October 9th, when we pulled in, I saw you and your family get out of the car, and I heard, what if your sister wasn't here anymore? And I thought, well, that would just suck. Like, that would be terrible. And then I saw you and your energy was good. And you're like, how's my energy? And I was like, it's really good. And like, I could see a new being around you. I could feel it. The restaurant had a weird smell, and I've read before that sometimes weird smells are the sign of a high vibrational being. So that was weird. So there was a weird smell. No one's talking about it, right? But we're all just sitting there. And then, like you said, I don't feel right. I feel like I'm going to pass out. You hunched forward. Your spirit left. Man presence came in. I felt it. Dylan saw it.
Dave
my kids felt it. Dave saw it. And then the person that came back didn't know what was going on. And it was obvious. Then anytime I'd go to talk to you was Benjamin. And he'd even say, Michelle's not here right now. Michelle's not coming back. And it was so terrible because it's like a lot of us were mourning someone that had died that no one knew about because the body's still here. right? No one understood it. It was a weird place to be. I could feel her, and I knew that she was getting help because, I had a similar experience. Part of me left on our friend's couch. I had all those thoughts. I wanted to leave, and part of me did. Part of me needed to be healed, but a part of me did get to stay, right? And it's so important. It's so important. And right before it happened, they said, what would you do if your sister died right now? And I just stood up and went over to you and put my hands over you. And I was like, God, like, don't let this happen. And mom and dad are like, what's going on? And like, I don't know. It's like spirit is just saying that she was fasting, and she hasn't really eaten, that maybe it was a shock to the system. And they're like, okay, like they were like listening to it for once. But in all of that, it ended my procrastination. It did. Like Benjamin came in like a force, like, hey, we're running out of time. I don't know how much time we have. I just left something. I'm here now. Let's shape up or ship out, right? Mm-hmm. Like it's too important. So we started on the book, and I said, if Michelle would ever come back, I would have her over for a sleepover, because that was something that we planned, but we didn't get to do it. Yeah. So I had you over for a sleepover when you came back, because it's like, I'm not missing that opportunity. I said I was going to do that. I'm going to do it. And it was more fun than it could have been before October 9th, right?
Yes.
So watch your thoughts. What are your illusions? What are you telling yourself? Are you telling yourself you're alone? Are you telling yourself you're a failure? Just because your life didn't match the blueprint you came here to have doesn't mean it's not going to end beautifully. Like Michelle said, when she came back, she saw this beautiful ending to this life. I've heard Steve Harvey say, if you knew all you had to get through to get to your good life, you might not have the courage to do it. We don't realize what we've signed up for. We don't realize how our choices have led us astray, but any of our choices have solutions. The universe has a solution for you, and it's in your interest. It's for your highest good. It's to steer you back to happiness. Trust that. Sit in silence, because that ignores this illusion. That tells the illusion to shut the F up, because all the truth and wisdom of divine is in me. It's inside of you. No one can touch it. It's in there. Out here will fool you. In here will not. Sit and ask for clarity. What's the truth of my illusions? Mm-hmm. Truth was, Michelle was very loved. She was just very hurt. Life had been really hard for her, and she couldn't get out of that. No matter what, she was stuck in it, even though she was trying to get out, and being a spiritual teacher. She's a spiritual teacher showing up every week to help us learn stuff, channeling these divine beings and not feeling loved. Like, let that sink in to you, that even spiritual teachers can have this problem. If you feel like I go up and down, we all do. We all do, honey. God bless you for keep getting back up and trying again, because it's just part of it. It's just part of it.
Yeah. And this is Marcus, and that's absolutely true. You are in this human body, and all with it comes with all the blueprint that you're not really given in a blueprint. You just, all you know is I'm in a human body. It's not me. And you learn from as a baby up the illusion that you're separated. Yeah. Michelle said to me, and it was, I loved, she said, maybe this is why we all come in as babies, because if we didn't and we remembered what we just left, it would break our hearts. The babies don't remember, because you are getting these illusions from you start remembering anything. These illusions of being separate. You stop not seeing your guides. Oh, it's just your imaginary friend. And humans, and in India they teach you that's your ancestor. So it's a whole other. If we could do that, but from a spiritual teacher, we go from the most divine, humble. We are very humble to the most loving creator, unconditional love. Is we watch and let that sink in, as Angie said, a spiritual teacher. And it can be anybody, but the spiritual teacher, she's helping, she's channeling spirit. She feels this love coming from here to here, but she feels that she's not worthy of it. So she lets us talk. She allows her ego to go here, but yet she feels not loved at all. And she felt, when she came back and seeing how loved she really was, she saw how loved she was, and she saw me cry. I cried here, but I was always on my hammock. then she was teasing me. She said, what would you do if I came back with not had and you had your hand or whatever? I said, I'd give him 5 seconds. And I took that as a sign, because she could have stayed at that point or came back, and I got her, but they said it'd be a little sacrifice on your part. I said, I don't even care. They said, well, now you're not going to be who you're, the light being with the name known as Marcus or Krishna. You're going to combine with her to keep her, because she's kind of a flight risk. But not really, like when I say flight risk, it's more, she did it once, she can maybe do it again. We need to keep these illusions out. And you're going to be very good at keeping these illusions out. We got Benjamin on the forefront here that's going to snap you. And so that's what they did. And now Loki did that for the illusion, so he can teach on the illusion. So me and Loki both have had the pleasure of doing that. And that's not something that as guardian angel will do. That is something that her and Angie are just old rainbow. They're rainbow warriors. Rainbow warriors will come down, which everybody listening to this, you're more than likely a real rainbow warrior. But it takes a lot from the divine, your old soul, to do what we did, the combination, which is not something that angels, well, this happens. No, it doesn't really. But but the divine knew she could come back and do it. But it was all her thoughts, and she was in this cave. While we teach you not to stay in this cave, you just know how loved you are. It's the illusion of separateness. And Gabby Bernstein has a technique where you take the subject. And I've been having her do this. And I say, so why did you leave October 9th? I said, why were your thoughts? And she said, well, I felt unworthy, not loved. And I said, okay, who told you weren't loved? Who told you that? Well, the voice. I said, what, your ego? She goes, well, yeah. I go, okay, is that true? She says, no. And then I said, well, name all the people that love you, including us. And she said, but you always, and so what I do when she meditates, and then when she meditates, she won't see me. And she goes, but Marcus, where are you? I said, feel me. Feel the love that I have. So now when she doesn't feel safe, I said, you're safe and you're warm in my arms. And she'll feel like an angelic love come over her. So these are things that you can do. You ask your guardian angels. You ask the guardians of love, the most creator, most high will do this for you. You ask, I don't feel love today. Can I feel this warmth of love around me like angel wings? But you got to close your eyes, breathe into it, and just feel it. You don't have to see it. You'll just feel it. It's not about all of us. It's what that when you need to reach out to somebody. We'll listen to you. She felt alone. And she said she had Angie, but she knew Angie's with her family, doesn't want to bother people. But I think Angie would have rather been bothered than have that happened. And that's what I told her. I think Angie would have loved to have been bothered versus would never ever think. So see somebody on this side right here. Look at how she's reacting. If you talk to somebody and you feel they don't want to talk to you, this is Angie's reaction to that.
Yeah. Call somebody.
Don't fall into your own pity. But your thoughts, but that's the whole thing. When you don't feel, you feel like a disconnect. It's just, but you're trying to take control. You're trying to take control of your life. And we're like, trust it, go with the flow. And she's had a hard time trying to not take control because she's lack of control. So she's like, I have to control something. And I said, honey, you don't have to control anything. You have to trust. Yes. And so she's been doing this more and more, and she's seeing I can trust. It's hard, but that's a lot of what's going on. You feel you all have to control this, your fate. You have to control what's going on tomorrow. And no, you do not. That is not up to you. It's on in divine timing. And that spirit can tell you this. This is not that we can tell you that. You live in the present. Don't look at your past. It's already happened. Unless you're analyzing something. But even with shadow work, you can make it maybe brief and with somebody you trust to get yourself out of it. And then you're good. And then you don't have to go back to these things. And not to look to the future. She's not been made yet. You're just in your present moment. Look at the present. And I've made Michelle look at her present moment. Don't be reality shifting to see us. You need to stay here focused. Reginald Joyce Meyer. And Beauty for Ashes, if you're in that one pit, she is a wonder. Joyce Meyer, this book is fantastic. And Battlefield of the Mind. It explains the hurt and the anger. It would just help Michelle out tremendously. Reach out, talk to somebody. but do something. Don't let your thoughts come at you, and be grateful, be blessed. And that's one thing too. Be grateful. Look at that. Be grateful. Live in that every single day. We got these for Christmas. If I can grab this right here, but I can't grab it. It's a Dear Universe journal, and it's twice a day you affirm, and just to get you in the habit of twice a day affirming and being grateful. What am I going to do today? I am. Use anything you're going to do with I am in front of it, because they say the universe started off with the vibration. It started off with the sound of I am. I am. So you are whatever you create. That's what our creator is. You are the creator. So the creator here, we're all looking up to, wants you to create, wants you to love, wants you to create. The thoughts, that you create are just putting it over here. I am unconditional love. Well, it starts here. You're going to just see it. Michelle's doing I am unconditional love, and she sees all of the thing through humor. We have her do a Sacred Path Indian cards, and she keeps getting the Hayoka. Quit being so serious, So we keep telling her. The universe said, come on, snap it out. Come on. Do some TikTok. Get out of your comfort zone. Come on. Let's try. Let's do this. Let's get out of your comfort zone every single day. Push, push, push. And that's what you got to do to get out of that cave. It's when you're in that cave, you can see the light part of it or the dark part of it. And when you want to see the lighter part, there's love. There's something on the other side of that. And to get out, and it's just, you can be anywhere in your journey and feel like you're going in your cave, but it's just your thoughts. And I've been making her, and she feels like she's at her lowest. It's like, so I get her like a quick little handy guide. I'm like, reach out to Angie, and if I know your family, and I know we try not to. So it's like, reach out to Angie if you can reach out to Angie, and then, but Angie will let her anytime, but she doesn't want to bother Angie with that thing, but she'll go, she's like, Angie. Then we talk to her son, Dylan. Then we're going to go play a computer game, so I try to keep her, let's read a book. Let's do this. So I have like a list, here of what we're going to do. When she starts going back in her cave, that's how I get her out of the cave. Then I listen to Wayne Dyer, and he's talking about from the 3 Magic Words book, these affirmations, you got this. And I make her affirm these things. I am love. I am unconditional love. I am love, to reaffirm, to get out of the cave. And that's something for everybody to do. Everybody can do this. Journal, write it, paint it. You can express it. And no, you are learning from this. And next year is not going to be the same. It's just a season. And then it's coming from spirit. And what we can tell you, we channel, when she is channeling, it's from the most divine high. And when you are more connected, the love you can teach. But all the pain is to teach. But October 9th was difficult here, Loki, I thought, you got to remember, Loki and her can't be separated. And even she leaves, he can't find her for a bit because of where he is. Takes him a little bit. And he, and it's like we could see, he could not really see. Then Benjamin was just he was going to kill Benjamin. But Benjamin brought things in order and got things going. And he's still getting things going. Yeah. And now he's still planning and stuff. But he tells me like right now to be quiet. But
well, we have some comments. So Destiny said the thoughts are so persistent that she can't help but cry, even thinking about, something else happened. So I got to find it again. That she can't help but cry, even thinking about it. They are so persistent and sneaky and relentless. Mm-hmm. That she said, thank you so much for sharing. That was amazing and answered something I didn't understand. Awesome. Sure. Marianne said, yes, I'm telling myself all that, trying not to fall down the rabbit hole every day. I keep sitting alone in the dark way too much, thinking of trying a mugwort smudge to venture within. Don't sit in the dark, honey. That's not going to help you at all. Like, you can sit in silence, but if you're just sitting in the dark, you're just like feeding that victimhood. You're feeding the part of yourself you're trying to outgrow. Mm-hmm. You've already been in the cocoon, man. You've already done that. It's time to outside the comfort zone. What will push Marianne? I started doing keyboard lessons. There's a video of me getting a keyboard as a kid, and I was super excited. So I thought, well, I might as well learn to play it because I wanted one so badly as a kid. So I've been spending about 15 minutes a day doing that. I meditate again. Michelle meditates again. I started on our book. Do something else. I feel like you could journal. I feel like you should write something.
That's what I feel.
Yeah, I feel like you should write something. I'm not quite sure to what extent, but I feel like you need to get it out of you. You need to get it out of you. And I think once you reread it, you're going to be able to separate it from you. So I feel a big push, Marianne. Write stuff down. Write this, journal it. Poems. I feel like writing poems, something is going to help you. I feel like your creativity needs to be fueled. You are a beautiful woman. You have come from some dark spots and you're still kicking. You're still trying. You're still trying to open up your heart. You're still doing these things. Keep going. Don't sit in the dark. You are loved. Look at your brothers. Your brothers, I see, help you do stuff. Look at all the people that do love you, like Michelle had to do. Face the illusions with the truth of the situations. You're not alone. You know you have spirit with you. You know you have ancestors. You know you have a connection to the fire, right? You know all of these things. Let that be what you surrender into. The comfort that you know those things are there. You know you have a connection to those things. Let those things help guide you. Because, we've just been taught how to live as a human being. Our societies taught us how to live. Our families have taught us, our school systems, everything's taught us how to live. And all of it's wrong. All of it's wrong. We have to learn. We have to unlearn. Right? We have to unlearn and remember that none of this is really what we are. We're playing a part. I'm a light being. I'm a multidimensional, high vibrational light being from another galaxy, another place that is here, planted inside this meat robot so I can experience things. My thoughts and my emotions are creating my experiences for me to learn from. Take control of all that and know that that higher power can get you out of any situation. If you're in any hole, any darkness, ask for the way out. They'll give it to you. That's part of what the system is, right? It's the solution giver. So rely on that for all the solutions. It'll give them. When I'm writing the book, it's just flowing, man, because it's already written. It's already written. I'm just here playing the part, pretending I'm writing it, but all this stuff is already done. So just surrender into it. And then just go along with it. Like, well, I'm being spirit led because it's way better than being guided by all the shit and garbage in our heads.
Yeah, that's very, very true.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Is there anything else? You guys have any more comments? I think this was really good. I'm proud of you, Michelle, because this wasn't easy. It wasn't easy for any of us. It was such a sad day because even my kids knew what had happened. And it was like, we mourned a loss. Your kids felt it. I mean, there was a loss. There's still a loss, but I'm super thankful a part of you is back because they kept saying that wasn't going to happen. Yeah. And then seeing other spirits, that they didn't get to come back. And now they kind of do. They get to be helped and healed too. And that has helped open up Cosmo's sister. Like she's been suffering for years and now she's no longer suffering. She gets to experience some of this stuff again. Marianne said, thank you so much. I know these days I'm my own worst enemy. Well, stop it. Be your biggest freaking supporter. Why would you do you like that? Don't do you like that, Marianne. Don't do you like that.
No, because this is Michelle. I've been I don't want anybody to have to feel like I've had to feel. I've felt like this since my car wreck. After my car wreck, I just wanted to die. And why didn't I die that day? Because they said had anything changed a little bit, I wouldn't have been here. And then I had my kids. I got married. I wasn't ready. These are all my choices, by the way. And all the decisions within the marriage. And it took the turn I didn't want in my life. And I thought what I wanted, I didn't get. I saw my sister go to college, and I didn't get to. I felt like I always disappointed everybody in my life, including my kids, my parents, my family, my ex-husband. I felt everything on this. It was the way I left my marriage. I've just been carrying that guilt, and come to find out, my ex-husband's very happy being married. It turned out like a blessing for him. He's happy. He's with who he needs to be with. We needed to leave was toxic. I got 3 beautiful kids. And every single day I have to, I could sit in a dark place like Mary Ann. I really could. I could really just sit there, and I get that. But you don't go anywhere. You don't travel anywhere. And when I wasn't here, and to see what I could have been here, what if they didn't let me come back? What if Marcus didn't fight? What if, and I don't want anybody else to see what's already in front of you. I saw it wasn't really showing me what George Bailey, it was more showing me what was here, to show me that it was going to be beautiful, and it's already going the way they showed me. And I'm just like, not appreciating their help, Lucian, not appreciating that, not looking at all the good, Marianne. And when I hear anybody, I sit in a dark place, I don't want to move. And that's what I did. I reality shifted. I wasn't here. I didn't want to be here anymore. Sometimes every single day. And my ex-husband, he pulls in today in my driveway to talk about, he had to pick up some stuff from my kids. And it was a realization, look, he's happy. So Spirit brought him here to say, look, Michelle, he's happy. And it was a reminder of this live being important to do. Everybody hates to be vulnerable, but I want my pain, and Angie wants her pain to be out. Even Lucian, my partner, their Lazarus, is we want you guys to not experience what we had experienced. We get it, we understand it, and we want to help how we can help. We don't want you to go through, like I'm going through this. I fought in 2020, and this June it just was final. It's just been a roller coaster. 30 years, then you have all of that. I want to save somebody. Me and Angie want to save you 30 years, 40 years, 10 years, 2 years, a year. We just want to save you. Cosmo, his sister, Chris, they want to save you all that time as well. They don't want you to, Lazarus, Lucian, they don't want you to go through this. This is why we do this. This was very difficult to do, but we wanted, the message was so important. We just wanted everybody to understand your thoughts are predominant. You do have a beautiful life. You do have this beautiful soul that's in here, and don't let somebody take that light from you, including you. Don't let you take that from you. Don't let somebody else's, because that's just a reflection of your own hurt. That's just you yelling at you. Think about it. We're not separate. And that's what they've showed me. And but it's every single day. It's an effort. I have to get out of my damn bed every single day. And I don't want to do it half the time. I would rather just not do it. I'd rather just not. But I do it for, if they tell me if I don't do it for anybody else, do it for somebody else. So I get up, I do this for Angie. I said, Angie needs me to get up. You see, she knows it. I do it for her. She needs me to get up. I talked to you girls on Saturday. I talked to them. And it's like, okay, for them, for my kids, this is where I got my focus.
Yeah.
And that's how I get up. And I have to force myself. Sometimes I just don't want to do it. And I get it from everybody watching. Does it go, how do you do it? You have to. Angie had some, all kinds of, oh my God, I don't even know how Angie went a lot. I just don't know. And then me, myself, it's just, right now I'm forcing myself up. Whether, it's going to get better, but it's the healing. It's the going back inner work and meditation, which has been so helpful. Listening to Spirit, trying to give that more control and not do that. But more than anything is to teach that this pain, we don't want you to feel alone. If you need us, talk to us, message us, do whatever. It doesn't matter. We don't want you to go through this. Right now, mediumship, you know why we don't really want to do mediumship anymore? Now that this has happened, I'm like a gatekeeper. So I will see Locaus and I will see me. And that's how I talk to spirits. They want the lady that's over here to take them, which is hard for them to see. So, and that's hard for my sister to see. Well, where's my sister? So don't do this stuff. Just think your thoughts and know you're loved. Like, Marianne, you got some of you that love you. Take the illusion, write it down. I feel blogging. I feel that you can reach out and have a Facebook group, or you'll be in something. I just feel, well, Angie was talking about you journaling. I see journaling. I see poetry. I see all kinds of things, meditation, but I also see you blogging. Maybe you're going to be joining a blog, or you're going to be involved, but I see you joining some kind of group that's really going to help you out. Maybe it's a support group. I don't know. Or you start a support group. I don't know. But regardless, I see it being but it's not for monetary. It's for you to help other people. Your way of helping others, like how we do what we do, is what you're doing to help, and your way contributing. So I feel that, and Destiny, you're going to get through this. I know you have these emotional days. The Raku loves you. Raku loves you more than your whole life, and that, but you don't feel worthy. Sometimes I don't feel Marcus. It's just, he just needs me to feel his love for me. That's what I got to feel it. He loves me so much, and I love him so much. And sometimes he just says, just feel it today. You don't really need to see me, but just let's feel that. So that's what Raku's doing. And sometimes I just don't feel worthy again. So that's why so if you don't feel your guide, you just don't feel worthy. They're there regardless of how you feel or perceive it. They're always there. They love you. They're never going to leave you. You're not alone. If you could take this illusion off to see, you would see all the love you had. And when you can, Angie learned how to do that a long time ago. I'm learning to do this right now. And we want you to be able to just quickly do that. Marianne, why don't you do that when we get off from watching this live? Take away all that bullshit that's feeding you. Bullshit. Take away bullshit. Loki said he'll even stand with you. Yeah, I'm right here, Marianne. Just grab me. I'm like the bullshit detector on Delusion. She knows that. Just grab me in that. Well, you get that done. We don't want you to live in that dark. Nobody.
Destiny said this was so very needed for me, and I truly appreciate it. Marianne said, I had the reflection of death looking at me in my eyes, a creepy black figure. I got a message. The bell will toll for me. My candle is burning out. Cain told me it's time to live, snap out of the depression. It is. You're calling it to you. My friend Cosmo was calling it to him. He didn't know how to get out of the pitfalls he was currently in. So he was sending out that message. And then when it happened, he effed everything up, and he saw it. And there was nothing he could do about it. My friend Chris was miserable the past couple of years. He had health issues. He was sending out that beacon. He said he was pounding on his chest. Now he's upset because he sees he left his family with a lot of debt, a lot of medical debt. He sees everything for what it is. The second you go, you see it. Don't wait for the second to go to see it, to not be able to do an effing thing about it. Fix it now. Tell your ego to shut the F up. It is not leading you. Why would we? It's so sad that we listen to this voice that tells us we're nothing. It's wrong. We listen to that one voice. And if someone else is saying it, they're listening to that same stupid voice too. They think they're miserable. Don't buy into it. You know, I was miserable. I wanted all that stuff. I had to learn to walk again from Lyme disease. But it has been 11 years since my divorce. I am very happy. I have a very happy life. My kids are finally okay. We've all been through so much stuff together with cancer and divorce and drama and co-parenting issues and all of it. It's all been so much. But we've made it through. We're still here. We're still learning stuff. We're stronger than we were. My kids help other people. My daughter who had cancer helps other people. And sometimes she said that she wished that she could die or whatever. It's like, no, look at how you help people. Like, you could have died, but now you're alive, and she made clay figures for people for Christmas, for her friends. And all her friends are like, you don't have to do that, Elliot. She's like, well, I've got nothing else to do. And it's something I'm capable of. So I want to. Do something for someone else. If you're stuck in here being your enemy, go do something for somebody else. Don't say anything about it. Just go do it. That's going to feed you positively. My friend Cosmo would pick up garbage. This was something he would do to make himself feel better. He'd spray vomit off the sidewalks, right? Because he worked at a bar, because that helped him feel good about himself, because he didn't feel good about himself. We're not meant to not feel good about ourselves. Again, we're perfect beings. We come from perfection, but we come into here just to remember that again, the challenge of it, all of this challenge. We truly love this challenge. It doesn't seem like it now because we may be miserable because of it, but deep down, this is why you're here. You're here to face it. Take all this garbage out of you and look at it. And it takes its power away. It'll just like turn to ashes in your hand, and empower yourself with other things, affirm positive things. You know, all this stuff is what our book is about. And we hope to complete our book by June 18th of 2023. And our main goal is for it to help people. We want to help people. We want to use our voice and this gift to help people. And in order to do that, we also have to keep our ego out. If I'm going to add this again, if your ego gets involved, you lose your gifts. You are at risk of losing your gifts. We read stuff from Deborah King, who has a Be a Modern Master program. And she talked about how she had an initiation, right? She went through an initiation, a spiritual initiation where you like grow up a level, right? You upgrade. And her ego got in the way, and she had to do dishes and work in the kitchen for a year because her master, spiritual master, was trying to keep her ego in check, because she was like, oh, I upgraded, right? No, ego has no place here. Ego is illusion. So if you're still going by a jealousy or an envy or any of those things, you're being led wrong. Stop it. You know, each ego and spirit has fruits, and they're very different fruits. So if you're hateful and angry, wrong fruit, you're an ego. If you're joyful and happy and grateful and humble and gentle and kind, that's the right freaking fruit for you. Like, you want more of that. You want to eat more of that. You want to give more of that, because you're going to receive more of that.
And this is Cosmo, dude. This is Cosmo. There's just so much, being on this side, you think that, hey, but I'm blessed, however, that, Pops decided, hey, you're my kid. Yeah. Get over here. Yeah. But seeing everything from, you're not here and you are having boobs now. You just made fun of that. You just saw me your job. This was all a damn joke. I want to have boobs and I want to do all this to myself. And this happens and you go, oh, I asked for this. I thought for this drunk. Why? Why? The thinking stick said, Cosmo, tits sound good for you. And I'm like, oh man, that would be great. And then will you please make it somebody else's boobs that I can't touch and do with, because Pops and Angie go, no. So, and that's what it is. So I thought for all of this to be, I thought about all this. Think about this for a second. If you're drunk and you're thinking, I could be a squirrel that stinks. If you want to be a squirrel that stinks, man, just don't do it, man. Just no. Your thoughts will take you here. Thinking the worst thing to know is wake up and Loki's your dad. Oh no! Thanks to Skywalker. No. But
and just a side note, speaking of thoughts, like we've asked Spirit like about travel, space travel, like do you have spaceships? No, it's thought. They end up someplace because they think of going there. So thoughts is like always our vehicle. Your thought is your vehicle. You're riding in that little cloud to wherever the thought said you were going.
Okay, still Cosmo. Yup, man, never tell these guys spaceship, because you're going to get an hour-long conversation of that not being an MF, because they will all get it. As a matter of fact, here comes Loki.
Here comes Loki.
And there's Loki. Yeah. We don't have spaceships. This is dumb. Why are we an advanced civilization? And we're not in a phone booth, man. Come on, stop this. We're not little vehicles. We don't need that stuff. We just, and we are. That's it. Your thoughts traveled. What's it called? What? Hold on. Astral travel. Yes. Astral travel, except we're deities. We get a little bit more privilege. No, actually, you all have a lot of privilege. We're just very, very old and senile at this point. But so, you do not travel in a stinking spaceship. Never say that. You see us, you want to irritate me, you say, did you come here on spaceship, Loki? And you're going to hear like an hour-long conversation from me or Lucaeus, because he gets as Lucaeus. Damn, stupid. They're not worth fast beings. What are we? No, unless mine has food, we're good. But just don't bring that up. But I'll bring Marcus, because he just thinks he don't know what to have to think.
Well, Mary Ann said, I'm so happy that I tuned in today. I needed to hear this. I forced myself to join my best friend, Brother Joe, for Christmas. I really wanted to stay home alone. Loki, I may be calling on you for help when I feel like breaking. Yes, any of them. Call on any of them. It's in our book. We're calling any of them until you're comfortable with calling on the higher power. If you want to call on an ascended master, they will answer. An archangel, they will help you. I know being in the presence of the divine, you feel your shame, you feel all of the guilt and you feel all of that. And sometimes it's overwhelming. You need to start lower. So if you need Loki, call on him. If you want a flashlight, that's in our book. Get a flashlight. Let that be the light coming into your darkness, right? Anything.
And this is Cosmo. You can call me too, man. You can call me along with Puffs, because they're just, they go by, when you talk anything human, they go, does not compute. And that although Loki can do a great big robot impersonation, but Marianne, for real, called on being human. I got to have an accent for 5 seconds. Thank you, Pops. But I was human, and I got to tell them, they don't understand humans saying something. So
yeah,
me and Loki, I'm not a deity. They tell me all the damn time, you're not a deity, Cosmo. So yeah, but I am not. But I will be. But I can help you though. I can help if need be. So you can call on me, and call on any of them. Dorcas is. If you call Locaeus, make sure you got chips, Fritos, and cheese dip. Now make sure, because he is very, very, very on his food. So just make sure. No, I'm kidding. Unless you just really like the food. But no, but anybody can call on any of us at any time. It doesn't matter. And when you say, well, Marcus and Michelle, it's all right. It's all right. You'll still get both of them. Now you get both of them. So you get the 2 for the price of 1 now. 2 for the price of 1. Yeah, you. But yeah, so yeah, call on us. That's in the book. And grab your little flashlight. Just grab something. Say, hey, Loki, get your ass over here. I've been calling you. And do this whole, you're late. Do that to Pops, because he really enjoys that. but I'm just, yeah.
I added in the comments, Cosmo's not a deity. All right.
Oh, are you kidding me?
Marianne said, thank you, Cosmo.
Hey,
to affirm it.
All right, we're gonna do a group. We're gonna do a group vote. Yo, if you want me to be a deity, let's write it down. Oh, come on, and dude! If Loki can be a deity, are you kidding me? Oh my gosh! All right, her daughter was her daughter, and we just hung up on her daughter on a live. We love you. This is a chicken.
Perfect.
But I'm done for my part of stuff. So and I'm not ending it because Marcus is freaking out. Cosmo.
Yeah, bring Marcus in.
So yeah, it was nice talking to all of y'all. Be back Thursday. Catch me Thursday. See what crap. And this is Marcus, and he's in a mode. He's in a mode.
He's that one.
He is, yeah, he is something. And so, yeah, you're going to vote him in a deity. Yeah, but anyway. But if that is a poll on Facebook, I'm just thinking like, no, don't make him a deity. So I'm awful here. Don't make him a deity. A face heaven, man. Just don't do it.
Not great.
On face heaven, blue heavens, any heavens, just don't make him a deity. Just pick a heaven. It's not going to be a deity, please.
Face heavens on Blue Book.
But I like to thank the most high divine, the most loved creator that loves us, that we are loved. We are love. We are all forms of love. You're unconditional love. Don't put conditions on your love. Love unconditionally. Just love freely. That is what you're here to do. He loves you freely. The he, she, divine, the most beautiful loves you. So, and you are forgiven. Do the Ho'oponopono. Let's please do stuff like that. And it'll help your soul, your spirit. Thank your spirit. Know your love. Guardian angels are all around you. Guardian, whatever you choose, deities, guardian angels, whoever, demon lover. It doesn't matter to us. Whoever it is around you, I say demon when I say that, because that's a whole misinformed information. That's a shadow choosing to teach as such, like Loki. And we all know Loki's is like a little pet lion, like little pet him, So, but it's whatever you choose that loves you. and an animal, bad dad changed Benjamin, just do something nice, be nice, if you want somebody to hear you more, talk more, get out more. And if you feeling you're in a season, no, it's just a season and it will pass. You can reach out. You can talk to people. You can be that voice for somebody else that there's all kinds of ways to go through the pain. That's what you're supposed to hear. That's what you're here to learn. And the Most High here, beautiful place you're creating your reality. And we are here to help the rainbow warriors that are here today from all your different planets that you're representing to come here and learn to help the people at this time. A lot of you are on extra credit. We're right now on the extra credit. When I say extra credit, you chose to be kind of in the divine light with the Most High, the most learned experiences to come here to help. So now if you're doing this, all that love and experience you already have, it's already a thing. You've already accomplished your stuff. It's already been done. And this is just trials and errors. You're going to get through it. Marianne, get out of that. Just get out of it. Call on any of us. We got you. You might see when you get to me, it'd be me and Michelle. It says, okay, we're very pretty or handsome, however you want to view us, but we don't, we get all kind of, I don't know, your mom, Michelle's eyes look a little, today. Well, those are my eyes, and thank you very much. But that's, I'm not sure. But call on a divine, the Most High, but go within to get your answers for without. And you notice, again, it's a Wayne Dyer meditation. That's three magic words that mentions these things, that you're almost very high divine to trust and know that everything has been taken care of for you. And then be grateful every day. Your life is a blessing and everything. So I would like to pass this to my beautiful priestess. So just remember that would be my message. It's just know you're loved and watch your thoughts. Know you're loved. Look and go past the illusions. This is all an experience for you to go past that illusions. And if you don't know how to go past the illusions, then, go within you and you will find the ways to get out of your illusions. Things will pop up to get you out of the illusions. Love will always get you out of the illusion. But maybe you need a more detailed way to get out of the illusion. And the answer will be provided for you. But just watch your thoughts. Know your thoughts can get you to a positive or a negative, and let's live a most joyful, beautiful life, a most excellent life, because you did choose to be here. And no, we did not come here on spaceships, and neither did you. So don't look for your spaceship parked. When this whole thing's over with, you're not going to find your spaceship because you just don't have that. Or don't find the Reese's Pieces. Yeah, it's just not going to be there. Yeah. But I'm going to hand this over to my beautiful priestess.
Perfect. Well, thank y'all for joining us. I really hope that you got out of this what we put into it, because we want you to get this, because this sucks. This was so hard for everybody. And you have to know how hard this was for Michelle to talk about this, because when she came back, she saw how much it hurt everybody. And then now that, I think, has helped fuel her, right, to get out of this bed. So get out of your bed, find the light, do the thing, get out of your comfort zone. If you feel alone, you want to reach out to someone, have no excuses to not. Reach out. If they can't get back to you just then, they'll get back to you when they can. Don't just sit in it alone. Never just sit in it alone, because you're going to stay there. Let someone pull you out. And I wrote this today: if you want to create some happiness, then surrender all your crappiness. So let's do it. Surrender all your crappiness. Make way for the happiness. I am proof that you can live a happy life no matter what stupid stuff you've done. You just have to choose it, and you have to be persistent. And again, I'm not doing anything special. I'm just doing what I came here for. Marianne said, thank you all so much. I have been so lost and isolating myself. Stop it. Stop it. Be done with that now. New year, new you is what our new Facebook Live is going to be on this Thursday. We're having it at 2:00 because we're not going to have our Ask Lazarus. So join us. We will come up with, what's it called? We will have,
we're going to have goals. We're going to have like a goals list. We're going to write down. Well, this is Michelle. Sorry. This is Michelle. We were going to have everybody grab journals and write down what are your goals, what would you like to see, and let's make some affirmations for this year. We'll make them together. We'll even we'll show everybody, even making hours in front of all of you guys, and that, because we have our own goals and things we like to accomplish. And we'll show you how we do things, how our dad has taught us. He taught my son how to do this. So that's what Dylan does. And we'll teach you this as Tony Robbins. That way we all does it. Now we're doing it together. And if I learn proper English, I'm going with my things.
And we can be accountability buddies.
Right? Yeah, we can. Absolutely. We can. We can all be accountability. Like, you weren't supposed to do that. So we can do that for all of you guys right now. Let's show up, have our journals ready, tape recorder, whatever, it's whatever helps you out, but we'll have ours ready. And that's what we're going to come up with ideas for a new us. What are ways we can do? Let's talk about meditations. What meditations works for you? What works for Angie? Hey, we might even have our PJs on. We don't know yet. We don't have
That sounds wonderful. I hope you join us. Destiny said, I'm here for it. Absolutely. Heck yeah. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Try something different, and it's something that's just hopefully going to empower us. Again, we're all here. And if you're showing up, we all have similar messages. We're here to help. We're here to serve people. We're here to make better solutions to the issues that we have in front of us. We are here to be creative and come up with creative ways of empowering people and reminding them that they are loved and they are safe. We have Maslow's hierarchy of needs of the 5 things that a human being needs to feel safe. Most human beings do not have these 5 things. We need to fix that. We're here to fix all that stuff. Okay. Like Rumpke didn't exist before like the 1930s. Well, why is that? Because starseeds started to be planted after World War II. Right? Like people are here to change things. And we see some of the changes people have been able to make. Recycling bins, right? That didn't used to be a thing. That's a thing because of starseed. Imagine what thing you're going to create. What are you here to create because you are a divine starseed? What imprint are you going to leave on this place that is going to ensure the life of a pet for someone 2,000 years from now, right? Instead of having animals go extinct, what are you going to do to change that? That's what we're here for. This is big stuff. Don't sit in your cave and shy away from your big purpose. Marianne, Destiny, anybody listening, don't sit there anymore. It's too important. We're running out of time. And hate is loud. We need to be louder. We need to be louder. And we need to be humble about it. And it's hard. So watch that ego at every step. Like truly, watch these thoughts. Watch this ego. Be in charge. But then also go with the flow. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, this Michelle, absolutely. Matt, we just need to, we're all together. No, that's what we wanted. When we do these lives, we want to be like a community. We are a community. Know that when you come here, you're family. We love you. Thank you for being here. Yeah. And, we love when you do join us and that, because we learn from you, and it's like there's a group of like-minded people that we get it, and we're bringing more people in that. And in the words of Ellie about Rumpke, is Rumpike. I just wanted to. I keep hearing Cosmos say Rumpike, and Marcus won't let him through because it's the end, and he doesn't want a quick one of these things. And then I just did that. But we are so happy when you do join us, and that. I mean, we're excited. And when we come here, we want to be vulnerable to all of you because we want to help everybody. We want to and that's really I think that's been our life purpose. And I see that, like George Bailey had, and I happened to just see that. And I had Dylan, he channels now. And that's why he's been quiet at mom and dad's house, is he doesn't quite know what is he now, because he does this, but he has a female guide.
Wow.
Remember Sasha, the one that mentions that's his guide now, because he so loved the animals. So she's with him now. Yeah. Save the World. Now he channels, and he told me, he said, Mom, he goes, I told him I was doing this live, it's gonna be hard, and he always has this little pep talk where he goes to work, and everything. And it's like, don't send me that 22 Taylor Swift video, which I do. And he said, Mom, he goes on a serious note, and he hugged me, and he said, had you left, he goes, it would have brought down the whole family. He said, and now that I channel, who would I have gone to? Because he knows that it would have just gone down the tube here. And then he said, then Grandma and Grandpa would have really shut it all down completely. I goes, last on the divine, just a little kicker here, just think of that. But it's true, because I'm seeing what he's going through, and oh my God, if I wasn't even here to help him through this, and this is what we teach. And he does exactly this channeling. They could speak through him.
Wow.
And he's at this crossroads. What do I do? And stuff like that. So that's why, when he said that it brought it all back home. It's,
All right, I have a dog that has to go to the bathroom. All right. So I'm going to end this because I got issues. All right. Thank y'all for joining us. We love y'all so much. And we're thankful that you show up because we're not teaching easy stuff here. We're asking you guys to change your lives. We're asking you to pay attention to your behaviors and to fix it. Thank you for showing up and wanting that. That says a lot about you, that you don't want to be in your darkness anymore, that you do want something else. Thank you for coming to us for the way out. We're all in this together. We hope that you learn that so you can help others, because that's what it's all about. Well, we love y'all. I think I have to poop. I'm sorry. Have a great day.